Alright, well, due to time restraints, this video is a day late and I'm going to have to keep it short. Or at least my best job of keeping it short. And without further delay, let's get at it. I really want to hope that Merle can be believed over his new emotions and that he might actually try and make a place for himself at the prison. I definitely believe his and Daryl's moment when they were in the woods and Merle saw these scars on Daryl's back. However, I just don't think that Merle can be trusted. I heard in The Talking Dead the actor who played Alex say something about he was originally possibly going to play a guy named Abraham who drugged somebody into the woods and it was a horrible time. And I'm concerned that that's eventually going to be what Merle ends up doing. And that'll be a hard thing to watch, and if it does happen, it will be a great show, however. And while we're talking about the prison, so I guess Tyrese's group left the prison entirely? I knew they were ushered out at the end of last episode, but in this episode they were completely gone. When the attack came, even, they weren't around at all. I just assumed they were out in the courtyard when Rick went on his crazy moment. But they're gone. I can't imagine that's it for them in the show, so hopefully, especially now that the governor's attacked, someone will go and fetch them and bring them back. I'm calling it now that I think Glenn is going to be dead before the season's up. I think it's a pattern that they're trying to develop, where every time somebody gets strong-willed and fights against Rick, but is still part of the group, they get killed off. I don't know if that's actually going to be the pattern they develop, but I just get this feeling that Glenn's going to go, so I'm calling it now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And speaking of Glenn, how perfect was it that he stormed off in his unable-to-handle-things rage, only to come back just in time for the attack to be over and for him to have been too late to do anything. That boy's going to have quite a bit to feel sorrowful over, and possibly it'll help put him in his place, and that'll keep him alive, but we'll see. I'm starting to have more and more faith that Michonne is going to be part of the show. I liked her in this last episode and thought she actually had a place. So hopefully, now that she was helping out and fighting against the governor, the group will actually accept her a little more, and she'll allow herself to be accepted a little more. And lastly, as far as the governor is concerned, I really just think he's using Andrea. He wants her to run the town in his absence so that she can not have a safe haven for people to live and survive in the zombie world, but for a place that he can have soldiers to draw from. If you remember from, I don't remember what episode, but an episode before the holiday break, he told Andrea that where he wants to be is there in that town in Woodbury right now. Well, right then when he said it. And that was always questionable to me, because really he didn't want to be back in the normal world with his wife and child. Nope, he wanted to be there as a leader of a town with death and threats all around him. And while I do have to say that's a little confusing, because why would he be like that? He seems like a pretty normal guy outside of the war. They aren't doing a bad job at all of convincing me that that's what he wants. If you watch him during the combat scenes, he's quite thrilled of himself, almost to the point of orgasmic. So that's my take on the governor, and even if I don't quite buy it, I still believe it.